Hello, my name is Dr. Patricia Britto. I'm an educational child and adolescent psychologist, and I work with children aged 0 to 25 to reduce barriers to their learning, mental well-being, and different areas of their development. So you might be wondering, what is an educational psychologist? Now, a lot of people ask that question, and that's because we are called different things in different countries. So for example, in America, my role might be referred to as a school psychologist, and some might refer to my role as a child psychologist. In the UK, we are commonly called educational psychologists, but the full term of my role is actually educational child and adolescent psychologist, and that's because we work with children aged 0 to 25. Now, what does my role actually entail? It's very hard to explain. I have to start with that, and that's because it's very multi-dimensional. There's so many layers to it. So let's start with the first layer. For example, when working with a range of professionals and families and communities, my role is to identify the concerns that are being raised and to explore whether the actual factors impacting a child are within child or are they within systems. So I explain what that means. Within child factors are factors that you would attribute to the child. So for example, internal issues and concerns. So for example, if a child has learning difficulties, is it attributed to them in terms of things that are impacting them internally? Or can we look at the systems around a child, such as the context of the school system, the family system, the community system, what's happening in the country, what's happening locally, nationally, and globally, and how all of that is interrelating and impacting on how a child presents. So for me, I like to work using the ecosystemic model, which involves looking at the systems around a child and not just within child factors. And I often ask the question, who is the problem holder here? And also, when I ask that question, it helps people to reflect and think about, yes, who is the problem holder? Is the problem for the child? Is the problem for the parent, for the school? And then also, how do we reduce the barriers? How do we work together to co-construct strategies to reduce the barriers that's impacting a child's learning, well-being, and their ability to make progress and thrive? So that's one layer. Another layer is working with schools to look at their whole school approaches, look at their organizational culture, and work with the schools in partnership. It's all about partnership because I'm not just the expert, I'm the facilitator here, and I respect the wealth and knowledge that school staff bring, families bring, the interaction with me. And I tend to work with schools to figure out what's going well, what's not going well, and how can we make things even better. I use tools such as an appreciative inquiry, which is really to explore what's going really well and how can we do more of it. So that's one way of working in a systemic way as well. I also provide workshops, online workshops, in-person workshops to schools, to parents, to communities, to help them to broaden their understanding of how to support children and young people, and also to change the narrative that the problem isn't always within child and the problems can be within systems, and how can we adapt the environment that a child lives in and make life better for them and help them to again thrive and not just survive. That's a key phrase that you might hear me say often. That's because that's what's mostly important to me. Whether the child has a special educational need or not, every child can maximize their potential, whatever that potential is. That's my honest belief, and it's my motto, it's what I live by, and it's what I promote. And every progress is progress, no matter how small that is. It's really important to emphasize that again. So in a nutshell, that's what an educational psychologist's role is. We also do research, we carry out research. We work with the government to inform policies through our practice-based evidence research and also evidence-based research findings. We also work with other professionals as well in a multidisciplinary way through assessment processes and to co-construct ways of moving forward, either locally, nationally or globally. That's the role in a nutshell. I'm sure there are things that I haven't mentioned because like I said, it's so multi-layered, and you might see some of us in the media as well, promoting the rights of children and young people. We are very inclusive in our approach. We believe in supporting all children and young people, regardless of their race, gender, sexuality, and their differences in general. And that's really what I embody, and it's very important to me. So that's it in a nutshell.